This is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I am playing World of Tanks. The tank is the AMX M4-45 and the map is Himmelsdorf.
Let's go.
I usually go to the eastern road on the 8th column, which is in the direction I'm driving right now. And I'm an aggressive player, so if I get there and I don't see anybody, I'm just going to keep on driving through, which is a smart thing to do. The last thing you want to do is sit there and wait and have nobody come. So I also want to avoid being spotted, so I'm not going to go to the front line right now. I'm going to stay in the back. It looks like we have a tank that moved forward a little bit. Which is a Type 62. He took a more advanced position. There's a lot of tanks over there. So I want to avoid as many as possible, especially that AT. It's possible they can't see me. Well, I think he can see me. So I'm going to turn my tank like this so I can move out to reload. You move in, take your shot, reverse to reload. When it's halfway reloaded, you move forward again. Take your shot, reverse to reload. You got to watch out for artillery. Halfway reloaded, we go forward again. Take the shot, reverse to reload. Go forward. That shot didn't work out too well. Oh, that was terrible. Looks like he's coming back. I guess not. I have no problem just running down the street right now. And in fact, I might have to. Oh, missed!
One of our tracks is damaged.
Let's see if I can nail him.
Critical hit.
So you want to nail that track, which is going to prevent him from moving.
One of our tracks is damaged. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Okay.
They killed our driver. Target acquired.
Spin fast. Reverse.
We've lost some ammo, but at least it didn't explode.
Oh.
Everyone get out.
Well, that's going to happen when you're flanked like that. So, they just came over the hill. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I missed a lot of shots. I was shooting from further back than I normally do. Normally I would be a lot closer. So it definitely did not aim very well. And another thing that you might notice is that even though I was in front of them, they weren't shooting at me right away. I was far enough away that they couldn't see me until I fired my gun. And my ally was spotting, so he was able to see them apparently, or somebody was able to. And I had a little bit of an advantage. I often had the first shot. But I also often missed. Oh, what I did not do, which I should have done, is that there is a feature, which I actually requested and they added to the game, where you can align your gun with an enemy tank, and it will show you the distance to that tank. So you can get an estimate as to how far away, how close you can get to the enemy without being spotted. Now he's obviously in a good spot. He's capping right around that little corner, which is where you want to do it. Right in front of this VK is where you want to sit when you're capping, because you can't get shot from far away.
One of our tracks is damaged.
And also,
They killed our driver. We're covering his position, but not very well.
right behind this tank, there is a building with an archway. If your tank is small enough, you can crawl inside that archway and cap over there. And a lot of people won't even find you. I've seen games where people have completely blocked off all the roads with large tanks to prevent the enemy from being able to enter the cap. And they have to push the tanks to try and enter. And then they put one guy inside that little doorway so nobody can kill him. So even if they destroy all the tanks, that one guy survives. And it's one of the ways it's a defend method on this type of map when you're playing like a clan war. Okay, so let's see how our 2%er is doing here. Now, the SPGs are kind of useless in this game. They have to either go scout for targets or they have to go to the enemy cap. That's all they can do. The artilleries have to go to the cap, the enemy cap. And they should so they have to stay together as much as possible so they know the safe route to get to their destination. Because, for example, we just had 2 tanks go through here. The 3rd tank should follow. It's less likely that the enemy is in this position. FV-304, which is in front, very fast artillery unit. And they're going to have to take up positions on the cap. There's a building in the middle of the cap, which you can't see from here, but you would have one person on one side, one person on the other side. Now that we're capping and the enemy isn't, we could easily win. If all 3 of them get on the cap, we'll win. It looks like the artillery is stopping. That one right there. He's got to move. He's got to move. Maybe he did he see that thing? Oh, he doesn't want to go up against an E-25. This is going to be really difficult for him. The E-25 kept on going. The E-25 is a dangerous tank. As you can see, the enemy team is sticking together. We could easily win. So I guess this SPG wanted to take up a position in the center of the map, perhaps. But he should have gone to the cap. The E-25 is the right tank for the job. The E-25 has a rapid fire gun, and he could easily blow lots of tanks away, reset the cap very quickly and easily. Okay, so that was the AMX M4-45. It's not my favorite tank. I want to look at the statistics, which would be under here, under vehicles. So I had an interesting idea. Let's look at this IS-6. Battles, victories, hits, damage ratio, experience, enemy vehicle spotted. The reason why I wanted to look at that, because I'm going to compare all of my tanks, and I'm going to look at enemy vehicles spotted. It says 1.5. If I see an unusual number, my numbers are actually really high. Your numbers are probably going to be very low unless you do a lot of spotting. But if I see something unusual, maybe it's because I need camo on the tank, or maybe I need the coated optics. So I'm going to see my history, my game playing history, to see if there's a tank like that. One I was just playing was the AMX 45. Let's compare. Let's see if his vehicle spotted is 1.5. It says 1.4, so he still does a lot of spotting. 1375 spots at 2.9, and the 12T 3.6. So basically it's reassured me that this tank does a lot of spotting, so I'm going to make sure that he's equipped to continue to do more spotting. As you can see, the ARL 44, which is not a fast tank, has a lower spotting number. I'm going to check the TOG, Oh, I didn't know this. There's two Chihas. There's a Chinese one and a Japanese one. I'm going to check the TOG, because the TOG is a slow tank. It shouldn't have a good spotting number. As you can see, enemies spotted is 0.5. So if I'm not spotting with that tank, why use the binocs and the coated optics? Maybe they'll be more relevant later in the game. But at the beginning of the game, they're certainly not useful. And it's possible that I could load in some extra equipment, like the tank gun rammer or the repair kit, because it's constantly getting hit. It's possible that I might be able to load something else in. Because, again, I play every tank the same way. I advance with that TOG just like I advance with any other tank. Let's see if there's anything else unusual here. Okay, here's an example. The T-57. Oh, well, obviously he's not going to spot because that's an SPG. T-34 has a relatively low spotting number. T-32, T-29, T-26, T-25. I'm sure that my spotting numbers are higher than most players because, like I said, I'm very aggressive with spotting. Damage caused with your assistance. Okay, so there's another one. Damage caused with your assistance 147. Let's compare the TOG with the AMX 1375. So the TOG has 147 and this one has 699, a lot higher. So that tank obviously does a lot more spotting damage than the TOG does. I want to make sure that this AMX 1375 is equipped properly for spotting.